Season 22 launches in August. Season 21's second, third week is right now. Why am I making a leak video for Season 22 so early? Well, you guys know I'm very obsessed with the story narrative for Destiny as a whole, and I'm very interested in how Bungie will, do this entire story leading up to the final shape from Lightfall. Lightfall, again, was a disappointment for me, at least on the narrative front, and with these seasons, it's very big for Bungie to deliver on them and the final shape itself. So when looking at the story and lore bits all over these next couple of seasons is mainly a big thing for me. I want to see what is up ahead for the narrative going forward. And with this video, I will be covering the spoilers for the ending of Season of the Deep, just to let you know, and I will have timestamps above if you don't want to hear about it and just get right into Season of whatever it is, Season 22. So hope you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, why not subscribe and like? I'm trying to hit 30k, and it only takes 1 second. Only 5% of you guys who watch my videos do subscribe, so it would mean a lot. But none of that, let's get right into the video. So I've concised a lot of information that has been confirmed and a lot of information that has been leaked, as well as the ending of Season of the Deep in one tab, and I'll be reading off of it, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and if there's any errors in anything, just let me know in the comments. But I believe I went and I covered all the stuff that has been confirmed by Bungie for the next season. Now, one of the big things I want all of you to know is that Season of the Deep is very driven on, let's just say, of course, Asha, the Leviathan, and let's just say the Hive too. The Hive have a big role with this season, and it looks like the Hive will continue the role with Season 22. So, of course, that's no big spoiler on that front, because I feel like the Hive is a big race that will be expanded towards going into the final shape. So, with Destiny 2 leaks confirming very recently that Amaro looks like to be returning with Season 22, and this will be very big because I'm about to go into the ending of Season of the Deep, so let's get right into it. So, the events of Season of the Deep will connect a lot to the narrative of Season 22. We do have a cutscene that explains the origins of the Witness, which I've shown on my channel, that will come in the middle of the season. The ending of Season of the Deep seems to show us in the Vanguard debating over Savathun coming back to the last city against the Witness. At the end of the seasonal narrative, apparently there's a Golgoroth enemy that attempts to summon Zidorah to the throne world, the Black Terrans, to kill Asha for good, but we drive her back. Asha reveals to us that it will need any chance of traveling through the Traveler Portal will need the help of Savathun. Seasonal lore taking place after this shows the Witness is displeased with Zidorah, and she swears vengeance on us. So that really shows off the ending. We apparently need Savathun to help us get through the portal. At the very beginning of Season of the Deep's cutscene, you can see a Guardian struggling, or well, let's just say, dies instantly when trying to attempt to go through the portal where the Witness went through at the end of Lightfall. Now, one thing to also know, it apparently is told that the Witness doesn't know what we're up to when it is in that sort of like realm space, time and space vortex traveler, whatever it is. He doesn't know what we're up to. So that's something just to keep in mind for a later point. Now, with this, as Hive take a huge role in Season of the Deep, many think, and many have speculated, and there has been a leak too, that the Fallen will take a role with Season 22. And with Amaro returning next season by Destiny 2 Liz, it looks very likely that Savathun will make an appearance finally after a long-awaited return in Season 22. This is really big. I cannot wait to see how this goes. With Amaro returning, it's only inevitable for Savathun to return. I don't think Bungie will pull well, we're just going to wait till Savathun for the final season. It looks like she will finally return with this next coming season, which is just amazing. Can't wait for that. Now, with that being said, and with me just speculating a little bit on this point, I just want to take a minute to talk about the raid. As you guys know, usually Bungie will launch a brand new raid and a returning raid from Destiny 1, or in this case has said that there will be a returning raid. That's it. They haven't confirmed if it's from D1 or not with this next raid next season. For all we know, it could be Scourge of the Past or Crown or whatever. So with this next raid returning with the next season, there is a little bit of speculation needed to be done because there's not entirely a huge leak that has leaked the entire raid, and I know this is kind of a bit more out of the leak video because it's just me speculating, but with the Hive taking a huge role this season, Bungie is very unlikely to go in and do a Hive dungeon and then do a Hive raid right after that. It is very unlikely, and I think Bungie are aware of it. We of course got the Hive Guardian type Hive raid dungeon this season, the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, which again is pretty cool, and you see it in the background, and I love it. I don't think Bungie will pull a Crota Zen, unfortunately. And with leaks have been told to us and have been shown to me, especially being that the next season will be called Season of the Machine, and with all that, it looks like a Fallen season is going to happen. Look at the last 2 years. The third season of the year with Beyond Light, we got Season of the Splicer. The third season last year for the Witch Queen said year, we got Season of the Plunder. It usually looks like the third season might take more of a role with the Fallen. I know that's, of course, speculation, and that is not entirely to be, told to be true, but Bungie looks like to seemingly have that same pattern with the Fallen, and have that pattern after falling with that one enemy race they've been doing with the first 2 seasons. They usually go to something else, and I don't think it's going to be a Vex season. So who knows on that front. But looking at that, my speculation list for the returning raid is number 1, Wrath, number 2, Scourge, and number 3, Crota. Hopefully you guys agree with my list. Let me know your thoughts on that. It's a little bit of speculation in this leak video for that, but I know you guys were probably asking me to talk about the dungeon, the raid that will be returning, so I had to let you guys know on that front. There will be a Vex network map returning, a new network Vex map, not returning. This will be an entirely new Crucible map for next season, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it will have any implications with how the season will go overall. It might be something to do with Vex, but I see it very unlikely that will be a Vex season. It's just something nice. Of course, we got a returning Crucible map of Meltdown this season. It's something nice to look at. Now, from a credible source, which leaked Cage Return, says that Zethu and Cows has no mention in the final shape. This could also be up to interpretation, but might end for Aramis, as it looks like that the character will not continue post-season 22. Again, take a grain of salt with this, but if this leak is to be true, which I will link down below, Aramis will be killed by Mithrax, but Mithrax will eventually die in the season and will be resurrected as a Guardian, an iconic end to Aramis's story narrative, but also proving that Savathun was right, that other races can have the light. So it's also helping and continuing how Savathun's lies and truth will keep on going forth throughout the next couple of seasons, which I do like. I feel like her 2 Lives, 2 Truths was pretty cool. Now, looking also into that, if this season was going to focus on an Aramis, a Fallen-driven plot, it looks like that some of these also big things are that the Deepstone Crypt will return with next season. Bungie has in the past that the Deepstone Crypt will have a are interested in expanding it for a next season in the future, and they said that all the way back in year 4. So looking at this, it looks like they will have some Exo, some Fallen armor, and the Deepstone Crypt expanding as well. So that's also to keep in mind. Now, some also quick things as we finish off this video, because I don't want to keep you guys too long. There is some quality of life changes leaked for Season 22. Now, apparently, transmats become unlocks, which is very interesting. Raid Dungeon Rotator gets a special director icon. Exotic Rotator will be the best place to complete your exotic ciphers. And if you guys don't know, this is also confirmed that exotic missions will return with next season. So like Presage and all that type of missions that you played in year 4 and year 5, those exotic missions will return, and they will have a exotic mission rotator with next season. That is confirmed. Shoot to Loot will work with Orbs of Power. That's a cool mod, if you guys don't know. Apparently there's more spawning updates on more Crucible maps. Loadout upgrades and lobby balancing in the Crucible is also something to keep in mind. So be aware of that. But yeah, guys, that really settles off all the stuff with Season 22. It looks very likely Amaru will have a huge return, so is Savathun, and with the ending, as I just said, it looks very likely that we will have a huge plot point going forward with the Hive, but I don't think it will be a Hive-focused season, as that will be kind of bad. I don't think Bungie will do something like they did with Year 3, adding Season of the Dawn and then going into like a Season of the Worthy, both Cabal and Cabal. I don't think they would do both Hive and Hive. It's very unlikely. It seems to me that we're going to go to the Fallen for a quite of a while, or the Vex, something around those lines, and then we will settle off with the final season of Year 6, which could be anything right before the final shape, and then we'll get right into the final shape being the last expansion in the Light and Dark Saga. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, then why not subscribe and like, because that would mean a lot. But But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.